Hello everyone, I crafted 200 excavator bits. Now that was the easiest part of the job, but let's connect them up to the elevator real quick with a bit of a snaky conveyor belt. Alright, this thing will start drilling up to level 16 and that should be the final floor. However, this might take a little while because it's 500,000 meters up. In the meantime, if we go to level 15, this is where most of the work went while I was waiting for those bits. I added another tower. This absolutely drains the fuel though, but it's going at a pretty decent pace. Eventually I'll cut off this tower because this actually goes all the way down. And I kinda changed up the way I have these pumps set up. So I used to have them just go into a chest for them to ultimately get used in the crusher because I have way too much sand. Because there's chests all over the place now with sesamite sand. Now I have them directly feed into crushers, and I guess this is too efficient because some of the crushers aren't even working. Right, better have too many crushers than too little, I suppose. Anyway, if you look all the way down here, it seems like we are unlocking something. It looks like a mech hanger.
I'm detecting Mirage nearby, sir. We'll probably find her in one of these suits.
All of them have decayed severely. None of them seem to be capable of supporting life.
Yeah, I'm detecting that too.
That's pretty darn bad. It's probably one in the back, isn't it? But we'll have to wait a little longer. But you can see it's slowly draining. I think in the meantime, I'm just gonna have a look around. Alright, there is a back part to it, but yeah, I'm guessing this is literally just a mech hanger, and that's it. Now, how they ever get those mechs all the way up there is beyond me. At least PT Sierra, as well as, what was this, the 13th floor called? The Archives. You know, they had stairs all over the place, so it at least makes sense how they would get around. Because the sand, of course, got in later, I imagine, after the blast happened. Yeah, then eventually they just kind of stopped caring or something about these floors. It's kind of sad. It also feels like 14 and 15 just don't really have anything on them. The weird part is that there is actually a staircase over there on floor 14. Like, how much harder would it have been to make a bridge that connects to this middle part and then over to those stairs? But yeah, if you compare floor 12 and 13 to floor 14 and 15, there's really a massive difference. Like, there's stairs all over the place here. There's entire buildings here. Or a bunch of roads, anyway. I think level design, especially in games like this, where environment tells a big part of the story, is very important. Which is why I loved some of the floors, especially floor 13. Now, the argument could be made that a lot of terrain shifted, but that doesn't excuse this place, for example, for not even having a connection to the one building that is there. Alright, let's quickly go get that triangulation. Arms and armored, eh? I guess it makes sense, as it is the mech. Where is she at? Oh, there is a little building here. Oh, this is probably Mirage, isn't it? Let's first scan this. Accumulator upgrade. That is a locked door. I'm guessing this laptop's gonna tell us about Mirage.
The good news is that this bunker seems to slow the effects of the decay wave. Enough that I should be able to cycle through suits, partially regenerating those not in use, and extending my life for as long as possible. Some of these suits were decommissioned for irreparable safety failures, but I will have to take my chances. I've moved the essentials of my research to this location, and will uncover as much about sesamite as I can. I'm certain that it is crucial to both saving the expedition and mitigating the wave. Unfortunately, what I've managed to discover so far is that the wave was triggered when someone activated a cryogenic chamber near Sector Victor. Perhaps Pacific had a good reason to contain whoever was down there after all. I'll watch carefully. If they emerge, I can't afford to assume they will cooperate. There is too much at stake to trust anyone.
I can't tell if her body is in this one, sir, but it seems to pull up her ID.
Extract her security cipher. I assume we'll find her research in the secure area behind her.
What are we gonna do with it if we do, sir? We're not scientists.
Mirage did everything she could. We will do the same.
London was like, fuck, she's right. We're not smart. And another HP glide upgrade. That must be the last one right now, right? Like, how many bloody... Yeah, okay, it is the last one. That's insane how many of these there are. And I haven't unlocked a single one yet. Oh, a cube. You look like the color of Mirage.
What? What? I was...
Ma'am, talk to me.
Easy, Sergeant. Mirage may be agitated, and she was known to be confrontational.
Who said I was confrontational?
Major, you are with us. Breathe slowly. I believe you have transitioned into this form only recently. In a few minutes, you will adapt.
Adapt. I see. I brought this cube here with the rest of my work. I don't know why. I simply couldn't be without it. It would seem I underestimated how true that actually was. What are we? Why is this happening?
I don't know if it's the whole story, ma'am, but I was able to read the symbols at your dig sites. And the nice thing about us being cubified like this is that I can send you everything I translated. You should feel the data incoming.
I do. I'm analyzing it now. Huh. The speed of my thoughts in this form. Astonishing.
Our hope is that you will be able to devise a way of stopping this decay wave. Perhaps everything the Sergeant is sending you from the tablets will fill in the gaps of your own research.
Yes, it is. But is this... Wait. The sesamite! No! Get it away from me!
The sesamite? Why? What's wrong?
Because it's going to kill us! I see now that sesamite is no gift. It is a curse. The moment this groundbreaker interrupted calixification by entering that cryopod and setting off the decay wave, sesamite went from being the omnimaterial of our dreams to the catalyst of our demise. If this process had not been interrupted and we were assimilated, sesamite would have been what we used to build whatever the Calixians wanted us to build. Instead, the decay wave transformed it, and it now acts as a transmission vector that spreads and amplifies the energy of the wave itself. Sesamite was designed to make us salivate. It was breadcrumb to bring us to Zulu, where the cubes could afflict us. It was the tool we would have wielded as their servants, and now it is the substance by which they will destroy us for defying them.
Contingencies within contingencies.
Can we get rid of it somehow? What if we blew it all up?
You are a genius, Sergeant. A vast conspiracy authored by an ancient alien race, immediately undone by a string of firecrackers.
It was just an idea.
No. We will have to drain Calyx of an immense quantity of sesamite, and then find a way to displace it entirely.
Displace it? To where? The surface?
Much further than that, I'm afraid. I can think of only one possibility, and it would no longer exist anywhere else.
Mirage data integrated. New location added to HUD.
Okay. I'm not 100% sure where she would be talking about. But hey, this door opened up now. What is over here? Some bits. Power trim. This looks disgusting like this. Instead of roots, now it just looks like organs or something. Okay, well there wasn't much behind here, I suppose. I'm guessing maybe what she would be talking about is floor 16. We need to drain the place of a lot of excess sand. Well, we're already kind of doing that. Or, I mean, I'm draining it of all the sand. So, I think we're on a good pace with that. Yeah, Sierra has been fully drained by now. I mean, it better be. This thing has been running for an unknown amount of hours. This over here has been filling back up. Oh, that's not good. Are the chests completely full? Yeah, I guess so. It didn't really go up as fast, so I'm not sure how long they have been full. Probably not for very long because I never got a message that it was. But looking at this, it doesn't look that much deeper or undeep as when I left it last time. Which I guess is both a good and a bad thing. Alright, there we go. That should take all the sesamite sand. And it doesn't even seem like it has a chance to back up either, which is good. And also looks like this might take a lot longer than I thought. I think we just did half. No, I'm not really planning on sitting here and doing nothing. There was actually something in Lima. So I don't know if anyone remembers, but a while back, we found something quite interesting somewhere around here. I dug myself into a extra cave that wasn't connected to the main one. And if we go all the way to the back, I found this area. And this seems to be going below Lima, and that's potentially where I think they found the cubes. However, you can also see that there's a chest, so I kind of want to see if we can get to that. And it seems like we're really going to have to dig towards it, because for some reason we cannot dig our way into that hole. I guess they boarded it up for a reason, but... Now, do I imagine that there's going to be something special here? The answer to that is no, I do not. Seeing as this is Lima we're talking about, I guess if you wanted to, you could have gotten this right from the beginning. Yeah, that's what I expected. A mole and some coolant. Now that mystery has been solved, I was wondering what was down there. Alright, interesting. I was looking for the text tree, and we're still missing a recipe. This one says it's on Mech. Actually, did not use the Omni scanner to check if we had everything. Well, it turns out we do not. There's something right below us. And that is right down here. Well, we can't get to it, even if we wanted to. However, that does seem to be everything. Now, the interesting thing is that the spectral cube, it says, is also floor 15. However, I would imagine we find that on 16, and that's another mistake. Unless it's this one. And this is torturous. There's this little bit of sand left, and it's like right over the upgrade. Well, with the unveiling of the outline box, I think we can determine that this is not that spectral cube. This is indeed the upgrade. It is a random-ass place, though. Oh, I think I see the light. Yes. There we go, that's the power trim upgrade. And that is all the upgrades here. It looks like we're almost done here. These are the last excavator bits. Also, congrats to us. We almost have everything in the data bank, 100%. Come on, come on.
Excavation complete. Elevation to unknown level restored.
Wahoo! With that, we unlocked every single floor. I don't know why this massive amount of numbers are here. That's probably to the surface, but the elevator doesn't accept any more drill bits, so not our problem. Also, excavation says it's complete. Let's go check it out. That picture looks very ominous. And actually, what did it even say? Section information revoked. Sector is not detected. Sector does not exist. Well...
Do you remember the structure in the distance, Sergeant?
I do. Something happened.
Yes. After you discovered Zulu, and were the first to be affected by one of the cubes, you experienced a vision at one of these monoliths. You claimed to have seen a portal.
I did. It was over in what felt like a second, but a pulse of energy unfolded from the monolith. It made a shape, and suddenly the portal was there.
You also made a report of what you saw on the other side of it. A report that created an entire distant movement among our crew. A report that Pacific destroyed in an attempt to contain a potential mutiny.
My theory is simple. Because you were joined to your cube months before the rest of us when you stumbled upon them at Zulu, the progression of your fusion to it is substantially ahead of ours.
So, I'm a little more Calixian than everybody else. Wonderful. And now you want me to open that portal again so we can toss enough sesamite through it to kill the decay wave.
As both of you know, the destruction or disposal of resources was expressly forbidden by expeditionary doctrine, but I believe it is permissible under the circumstances.
Flew across the universe, and all I got was this alien garbage can.
That was pretty good. And let's see, these are the cubes. Let's scan one of them. Kind of interesting that we unlock so many here, or get so many here. What is this? Nothing. I guess something we already had. What does it need? 1,000 spectral colorless cubes. That's...
Groundbreaker. Our companions are engaged in preparations for opening the portal. But it is clear that manufacturing these cubes is a most effective way of condensing sesamite for removal through it. Given the intent of the Calixians, it seems unlikely the portal would accept raw sesamite in the first place. As the schematic indicates, creating these cubes will require the combined efforts of all you have built thus far. The utilization of multiple strata will no doubt be a necessity. and I am ordering you to repurpose any and all of your operations to achieve this goal. It will be challenging, but I have confidence in your abilities. I know that Mirage and the Sergeant will not disappoint us, and I am certain that you will exceed expectations as well. The Calixians only believe in two endings to their own story. We are going to write our own.
Aye, aye, Captain. Well, let's first check what these cubes even cost. Actually, it would help if I unlocked them, you know? Looking at that, though, it isn't actually that expensive. Okay, this one doesn't make much sense to me. From what it looks like, we create 400 cubes, throw some more sesamite ingots in that, and some refined copper frames, to just end up with... Oh no, I guess these are condensed, right? It's just a cube times 100, but in a one block form instead of 100. This recipe isn't that bad either. I've been kind of preparing for this. So what do we need? Just the regular ones, right? Yeah, 1,000 of the colorless. But we don't have any power here. And we most likely have to upgrade our sesamite ingots in order to accommodate this. Because while it only takes 4, this later one takes 100. Although it seems like we're backing up quite nicely, but that doesn't mean that we produce many, of course. At the moment, it seems like we're not running enough crystals for the system. And I think that's a simple enough job of just adding a couple more crushers to this. Alright, I have all these crushers lead to one chest. I'm going to put 2 filters on that. One will get this crazy amount of plant matter it creates out of here. While the other takes the crystals, and this can go into the foundry. How much sand is in this area, I wonder? You know, all things considered, that's not that much. And the refill rate is crazy slow. I think 16 might be the easiest one to drain, which is very funny. Okay, let's... Our thanks system, I know, I was removing it. What I was gonna say is, I'm gonna be leaving it off over here. In the next episode, we're gonna have to set up pumps here, we're gonna have to set up power to this area, which should be very easy, I just need to make a couple crushers. Then we're gonna work on the spectral cube. I'm not sure how much this terminal will eventually want, but I suppose we'll see about that. For now, I hope you all enjoyed, and I see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.